Here's a quick video on how to replace the AC compressor and condenser on any 2009 to 2014 F-150 with the 3.7 V6 engine. I couldn't find many videos for this, and I figured I'd just make a quick one while I was doing the job. So AC compressor attached to the engine on the passenger side. You've got two of these AC lines hooked up. I think they were 10mm bolts. Popped those out with a ratchet and then with actually an extension drill bit, pulled them the rest of the way out. When you pop them out, put some paper towel inside of them, keep them clean while you're doing the job. Then it's got three of these bolts that mount it, these long bolts that mount it onto the engine. And they're really long, and you can't actually pull them all the way out. So you just want to get them loose, but you want to leave them inside the compressor when you pull the compressor off. You can't actually get these bolts all the way out the way it's mounted. The other two are on the other side of the AC lines, one on top, one on bottom. They're easy to find. Just get them loose and leave them inside the compressor. Here's underneath. You can get a better view on it. Again, you can see that bolt hanging out. There's one other bolt that you can get to from underneath the vehicle. This is a second one, not the one that I was showing you before. So this is another one of those bolts. The other bolt's on top of the compressor, similar to where that one is. You can see that belt on the front of the compressor. That's a flex belt. You've got to cut that. I use 10 snips to cut it and pull it off, and you get a new one. Here's where the electrical plug is. It's a little plastic clip. You squeeze it, you pull it off. Now, sometimes people have a hard time getting these out. They're not sure what way to get it out. I'm just going to show you how I got it out. Once I got everything unbolted, I pulled it out to the front of this engine compartment right here, and I pulled it out from the top right there. Really easy, really easy to pull it out. This is the condenser. I like replacing both of them at the same time. So you pop these, you use a pry tool, pop these plastic pieces off. There's 4 of them, and once you pop this little plastic piece off, you got to get the fuse box detached. There's 4 bolts. I think they were 10mm. Kind of a tight fit. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there, and then you can move this whole fuse box backward. Maybe use some bungee cords to hold it in the back, and then you've got to get the radiator detached from that front arm. So there's a bolt there's just 2 bolts. There's one right here and one on the opposite side. They were a little bit bigger. I think maybe they were 13mm. Here's that other one right here. Now the condenser is actually attached to this black plastic housing. You got to pull the whole thing out. So you got to detach everything from it. Here's the AC lines, top and bottom. Again, I think those are 10mm. You pull them off, you put the paper towel inside of them, keep them clean while you're doing the job. And then there's some of these black clips on this hard line that you want to detach, because these black clips are a part of this black plastic housing that's attached to the condenser. You want to do this one too. And then there's just these black clips that you need to push in. As you pull the radiator out, you got to push these clips that are a part of these clips are a part of the radiator. You push those in while you pull the condenser out. Sorry, I keep getting those confused. As you're pulling the condenser out, and you just pull it straight up out of the top. Some people pull the radiator out too. You don't have to. And then you just this one that you're seeing is the new one. You just do the whole operation backward when you put it in. So here's everything all hooked up. You just do the whole operation backwards. When you're putting the AC lines back on, you're going to want to put new O-rings on everything. You're going to want to dip those O-rings in PAG oil to lubricate them. And then, again, you're going to want to keep the bolts inside the compressor when you're putting it on. Don't try to put the bolts on after you have it in place, because you can't get them in. So you want to keep the bolts inside of it, put it in place, and then hook them all up. The hardest part of the whole job is that belt, that flex belt. You got to go buy one at like Advanced Auto. They're like $7-10. I'm going to put a video in the description on how to get that thing hooked up. Once everything's installed, you're going to want to vacuum the system and recharge it with AC. I got this gauge set and vac on Amazon. I'll put just links in the description for you.